So Carol, you're the author of Saying Goodbye to Hare, the Saying Goodbye to Hare activity pack and the soon-to-be released Remembering Hare. Can you tell us what is the inspiration behind the book?
Well, the actual inspiration for the book came in a dream I had about 2 years ago now. And I think that inspiration came from the fact that 6 years ago this month, my husband died of cancer. And when we had to tell the boys, who were then at diagnosis, they were 9 and 7, when we had to tell them that their dad was going to die, we really struggled. And I think the inspiration came for the dream that I had to write a book that would support adults and children in passing this message on and actually understanding some of the concepts behind what death is all about.
Yeah. So how did you approach talking to the boys about Andy dying?
I mean, to be honest, I think we really struggled. I think we were both struggling ourselves coming to terms with the diagnosis and the prognosis. And the only advice I got from a wonderful woman was, you know, to keep it simple, to be absolutely honest, but on a need-to-know basis, and to keep it age-appropriate, to keep it really simple. And that's in the end what we did, and we kept it very simple and clear at the time, and then gave them lots of opportunity to come back and ask questions afterwards, which children will naturally do if they feel they're able to. And that's how the information sort of slowly built for them, that they would go away, think about something we'd said, and then come back and ask more questions. I mean, of course, it's really hard when you're just feeling completely gutted yourself. But, you know, I've actually found that the children were incredibly factual, really. They wanted factual information, not emotional information. So that was made it easier to deal with in some ways.
Right, so how do you think Saying Goodbye to Hare can help others? What was your vision when you wrote the book for how it can help sort of other families?
I think what it offers people is it's a lovely story with beautiful illustrations, but it gives an explanation of what death is that a child aged 5 to 9 can really understand. There's also guidance notes in the back, which, you know, for anybody who is in my situation, or a teacher, or anybody supporting a child, if they're not quite sure what that page is about, they can read that information and it will put it in context, so they can actually then feed back to the child. So it's a story, you know, from illness to diagnosis to death through to the funeral. So it looks at all the aspects of the pre-bereavement process and just explores some of those feelings that children have, that everybody has, and explains that to children in a way that they can maybe understand and make sense of.
And did you purposely choose hare and rabbit animal characters to convey messages?
I think we chose, again, because it came in a dream, I think those characters just presented themselves, but that what's lovely is they're all animals that live locally, you know, like buzzards and rabbits and hares. You know, we live in the country in mid-Devon, so it's beautiful. I don't know, the characters just came really, and I think they fit in with where I live and everything.
So this is the first book you've ever had published, following your dream.
It is.
How did you feel when the book was published?
Well, I felt I think I felt overwhelmed, really. I never doubted it would be published because it was such a clear dream. But when I actually saw it, it felt amazing. And just to think that there was a little spark of Andy, in a way, going out into the world, and, you know, maybe it would help other families. So I felt mixed. I felt happy, I felt proud, I felt sad. So I felt lots of mixed things, really. Yeah.
So how is life for you now, 6 years on?
Yes, it's really great. I'm very happy with my life, really. The boys are fantastic. You know, my oldest one is now in his GCSE year, and the younger one is a very opinionated teenager. So life is very normal, really. you know, our sadness about Andy's death is still there. It's still there every day, but we have built our life around that. And so in a way our life has become bigger than that grief you first feel when someone dies. But, you know, we still feel sad. But, you know, we remember and we celebrate, and yeah.
So, Carol, what are your other plans?
Okay, the activity book for saying goodbye to Hare has just come out. It's free downloadable PDF from the Saying Goodbye Matters website. There's about 9 activities, I think, that take you through the book, and you can do alongside your child, or they can do by themselves. Again, they're beautifully illustrated. In the autumn, the sequel to Saying Goodbye to Hare, Remembering Hare, is going to be coming out. Again, it's using the same characters, and it's looking back on the year after death, and it's Buzzard and Rabbit chatting together on the day of a great race in memory of Hare, and looking at the ups and downs, trials and tribulations, memories and celebrations over the last year. And it's really, hopefully it's going to be another lovely book. That's my plan. And also in the pipeline, which is fairly new, is I'm going to be writing a book for tweens, the 10 to 14-year-old age group. New characters, new everything. I mean, it's a very different focus at that age group. But yeah, so watch this space.
That's great, Carol. We certainly will watch this space, and we very much look forward to seeing Remembering Hare when it's brought out for publication in the autumn, and to seeing what develops with all the other ideas you have in the pipeline. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Rach.